Greetings and salutations, and this is Tech Please here, back with more Tomb Raider. And yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I've done commentary. I said I was gonna stack up on videos to upload in the future, but hey, I'm at least doing this in time for before next week. So
nowhere. These clouds
hopefully I can get 4 done this week, so I can skip another week.
Listen, I saw the crash from
We'll
here,
see.
so you must be close.
I'm at least gonna do 2 today,
Get back here safe.
at the very least, just so next week is covered, because I don't wanna
I
want to fall behind and miss weeks again like I did with Psychonauts. With Psychonauts 2. So I'm making an effort here to try to keep up with these. Because I'm not happy that I missed weeks with Psychonauts 2, but I just kept losing the drive to commentate. This time I'm going, fuck that. Even if I don't feel like commentating, we're gonna make sure I get videos up in time. Because I'm gonna make myself do it, and I'm going to make sure that it's entertaining somehow, so... Oh, shit. We got ourselves into a fight. Ooh, we got the rope. We got the rope. Let's go. I think you have the rope from the start of Rise, if I'm not mistaken. I forget if you have to get these tools again, or if you have them from the start. I know you have the pick from the start, instead of, you know, getting it later, and I think you also have the bow from the start. But I forget about the rope. Like, is the rope from the start or not? Like, I forget. I need to replay Rise of the Tomb Raider for next season. Obviously not yet, because I want to give it a second, but might do it next season. Because after playing this game, I kind of have like... Because I tried to replay Rise, but then halfway through I was kind of like... I played this game like so many times, do I really want to finish it? But after playing this game, I kind of like have a newfound, like an even higher level of respect for the game, because I see that this game is not as great as it, but this game is still been just fun. So it's like, oh, now I want to play Rise again because I appreciate Rise even more for those reasons. So I am definitely going to do Rise the Tomb Raider for next season of Tech Plays. As said before, I'm also going to try to get RE Requiem. I'm almost there, honestly. I almost have enough to pre-order it. If I can't pre-order it or get it on launch, I'll just get it a few weeks behind. But as I said before, there's enough videos for this Let's Play to go up a few weeks after RE Requiem comes out, so I have until like the middle of March to get it without having to take like a few weeks of a break. And if it does come down to me taking a few weeks of a break, I have been recording some like filler videos just in case, and I'll just upload those. So we'll see. But yeah. We're basically just searching for shit down here. And using the rope, arrows, for puzzly stuff. I know that's not a word. Deal with it. Ends up being goofy. Deal with it. I know puzzly is not a word, but deal with it. I honestly love, like, I don't know what types of puzzles you call these, but I love like the RE style puzzles, and I love the Tomb Raider style of puzzles. Where it's like, how do I put this? It's like, it takes you a bit to like realize what the solution is, but it's not extremely hard. It's just, it's like, it's the right amount of challenging. You get what I mean? Am I close enough? Yeah, I am. Okay. It's the right amount of challenging. Like, that and their puzzles usually involve the environment in some way, which I feel like that's my favorite kind of puzzles in video games, is environmental puzzles. With Tomb Raider, it's like you have to mess with parts of the environment. With Resident Evil, it'll be like something like you'll need pieces for like
That looks like a good
for
spot
like
to look into.
you'll need pieces or keys for something, and the keys will be hidden in the environment. Well, they'll either be hidden in the environment or they'll be locked behind things. It varies. Like, you have to go find them, and it's really fun. I love that stuff. So really, it's just when like I thought these were explosive things. I was testing it, but really, it's just like it's really fun to do those kind of puzzles in video games. And I like puzzles when they're not that in video games too, as long as the puzzle isn't like extremely hard. I love challenging puzzles in games, as I'm saying. It's kind of a similar reason as to why I love Crash 4 and Crash 2, but I would never enjoy a Dark Souls game. I really don't like Bloodborne, for example, because Crash 4 and Crash 2 are hard games, but they're hard in a fun, challenging way. Whereas when I played Bloodborne, it was frustrating. Mainly because if you messed up and died, you got sent back to the fucking start.
One moment they were
Like,
fine,
when
the
you,
next.
no matter how
This
far in
storm
you got
came
in
out of
the first
nowhere.
area, and that basically
I
pissed
called
me
them
off
here
because I was
rough.
like, fucking hell, Jack 2 has better checkpoint systems. Like, jeez.
Another pilot.
177A.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, badly hurt when I landed and needed urgent aid. Is anyone there?
Captain Jessup, do you read?
I've deployed a smoke signal. Please
Damn it, he can't hear me. I have to get to him.
No.
His signal's just over there.
We've got our own people to worry about. We'll need to regroup as soon as they find Sam.
I can't just leave him out there alone. I need to get to him.
Sometimes you've got to make sacrifices, Lana. You can't save everyone.
I know about sacrifices.
No. You know about loss. Sacrifice is a choice you make. Loss is a choice made for you.
I can't choose to let him die, Roth.
There's so much media, right, that tries to, like, instill the you can't say everyone like shit. And what's my opinion on that? I feel like it depends on the context, right? Because obviously, like, it depends on what type of saving you're trying to do. If it's like saving lives, it depends on the situation. If it's like saving someone from being like a horrible person or going down a bad path, it's very half and half on that one, because there's so many terrible people in the world that genuinely do not care and want to do that shit. Like, when it comes to saving lives, I guess it just depends on this, like, scenario. Me thinking this is a person, by the way. For some reason, I thought that was an enemy. And somehow that alerted no one. It still alerted no one? What the fuck? You guys are deaf as shit. Bro, that was 5 feet in front of you. How did you not see or hear that arrow? I'm trying to get the one guy to like go off to the side and he just didn't see shit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He's coming back. Please don't see the corpse. Please don't see the corpse. Please don't see the corpse. Okay, good. We got him first. Is there anyone else? I could have sworn it was a third guy. Let me check. Okay, seems like there's not. We might be good. Oh, you're right there. Okay. I was like, where's the other guy at? I knew I shot him somewhere right here. Like, Jesus. You might see me, like, use the survival instincts a little too much, but I usually do that during my first run in each of these games. Even in, like, repeat runs, I might do it a lot, but I'll do it a little less because I'll know where some things are. The main use I have for it is to check for enemies around. Like, that's every time I enter an area, you might see me do it because I'm checking if like there's enemies ahead. But yeah, we can go up the zip line. Let's go.
Anyone out there? Ross?
I'm here, Reyes. What's your situation?
We followed a
Hey.
man to some kind of...
I think I've already said my opinions on Roth. I was gonna like be like for a moment. I was thinking about going. So what's my opinions on Roth? But I've already kind of given it away. He's my favorite character in this game. I love Roth. He's great. I feel like him and Jonah are the fucking goats.
There's the signal.
Jonah more so because he sticks with Laura, and I really love Jonah in both this game and the second game. I don't remember shit about Shadow of the Tomb Raider because after for one, I've never gotten that far in the story, so I don't even remember what Jonah does in that game. But also just,
Come on, we gotta get back.
I think the last time I tried to give it another chance, I stopped playing an hour in, so I just didn't experience shit with that game. And the first time I played it, I was only a few hours in, and also stopped playing it for that reason. It's just not a fun game. It's not. I feel like this game and Rise are like way better. And yeah, I didn't cut out that death. I do cut out a few deaths here and there, but like, I think I've explained this before. The reason I cut out deaths is not to hide the fact I died. In fact, usually when I die multiple times on the same part, I'll keep one death in just so you know I did die. But like, I'll cut out all the other deaths, or I'll keep a couple in and I'll cut out most of them. It's very dependent, but it's usually to save time on the video because the more time there is, the harder of a time I'm gonna have to commentate. But also, I feel like it's gonna be too much filler if I die like 12 times on one part.
Shut up and let
You
me
know.
finish.
That might get boring to watch over and over and over again.
What the hell?
Okay, good. We took one down. Can we get you?
Need some help!
No, we can't. Motherfucker saw me. Okay, good. You got knocked off. I don't care if we didn't get his alert. At least we dealt with him. So I stopped commentating for a moment because the dog was barking in the background, and then I realized you could barely hear her. I forgot how good this mic is. And, like, not picking up background noise. I've only had this mic. It'll be a year in... When did I get this mic? I think March. It'll be a year next month. Like, this is the mic I've had the longest, honestly. And for good reason. It's a little bit more expensive than the mics I usually order. I usually order, like, the $30 to $50 mics, and then they stop working in 9 months. I got so tired of that shit, I was like, fuck it. We're getting the Arctis Nova for $125. Unfortunately, the unfortunate part is that when this mic does start working, because eventually they all do, they eventually all stop working, but this one's probably going to last a lot longer. The unfortunate part is that when it does stop working, I'm in a worse financial situation than I was when I ordered it. So, I'm probably going to have to go back to like the $50 mics, depending. It depends. I might even have to go for like a really cheap one temporarily. We'll see. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, because there's multiple areas with rope. I'm trying to like figure out in my mind which one does it want me to go to. It looks like that one might be the main path. But there's also this one. That's another thing I kind of enjoy in games. It depends on the game though, because there are some games that work being super linear, like Crash Bandicoot's obviously a really great game series, and I don't think there's too many of its games that have like side paths and stuff. So like in the case of like something like Crash, right? I actually love that it's linear, but there's also like, I love it when games give you extra sections to explore if you wanted to. Like, Sonic games usually have multiple pathways. Every Sonic game does, even fucking Sonic Forces, which is the most bare-bones Sonic game in the history of the series, has multiple pathways. If I remember correctly, I think even Black Knight and Seven Rings happen. And then there's like Resident Evil games are obviously designed in a way where you have to explore everywhere. Usually there might be like some optional like looting areas depending on the game in question, because the Resident Evil series has obviously gone through like a few different design philosophies. You have like the classic Resident Evil games, which is the philosophy, the original trilogy, Code Veronica, Zero, and the remakes of 1, 2, and 3 follow. But then you have like, you also have the more action-heavy Resident Evil games, which are what 4 and 5 follow, and the Revelations titles follow that same kind of formula. I'm not counting 6 because 6 went full action, and it's just pretty terrible game with its own. I feel like it has its own separate design philosophy, and it's one that doesn't really work at all. And then you have Resident Evil 7 and 8, which are their own thing. Looking at gameplay of Requiem, it looks like it might do a mix of the classic formula and the modern RE7 and 8 formula. When it comes to like how the game's designed, I don't know. It looks like it's got the map layout of the classic and modern formulas, where they're like sections you can go between, and you have to explore like multiple areas in the same area. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about with Sorry, I really gotta clear my throat badly. Let me drink some drink. Let me see if that helps. You know what I'm talking about with the modern formula? It's like kind of a new take on the classic formula a little bit, but it's different. It's basically the way almost the entirety of RE7 is laid out, and then the castle and factory are laid out in RE Village, where it's got the multiple areas to explore like the OGs, but it's a little different. The puzzles are slightly more simple. The enemies are slightly tankier. Because that's really like the main two differences between like the modern and classic formulas for Resident Evil. Is the modern formulas have slightly harder enemies and slightly easier puzzles. In some cases, way easier. Like the puzzles at RE7 can be ridiculously easy at times, but that's the main difference. And the reason I say the RE2 and RE3 remakes kind of fall more into the classic formula than the modern one is because their puzzles take a little more effort and thought than RE7 and Village, and the enemies, while they're still tanky, like the molded and the soldats and all that shit, and the Lycan. I should include the Lycan there. While they're still tanky like those enemies, they're kind of easier still.
Oh my god!
With the exception of Lickers. Lickers are pretty hard in RE2 Remake. But with the exception of Lickers, they're still sort of easy-ish by comparison.
For a child, you caused me
It's not really like
trouble, but you're just as naive and predictable.
how do I explain this? It's like the enemies in 7 and 8 give you more trouble. They're still challenging in the 2 and 3 remakes. But in 2 and 3 remakes, they're like a fun challenging. Whereas in 7 and 8, they're like a still fun challenging, but like slightly harder, you know? Especially when it comes to the molded and soldats, like they're definitely way harder. But then the puzzles in those games are so much easier than the remakes and the classic games and all that. So that's kind of why I throw at least RE2 remake. RE2 and 1 remake definitely fall more under the category of the classic formula. Maybe with a few modern like aspects, but they're definitely more classic formula. 3 remake I'm kind of just roping in there because the way the enemies are. The puzzles in that game are still pretty like bare bones, kind of like 7 and 8. And that's not like an insult to any of these games, it's just something I noticed. They like putting their challenge in different parts. The RE4 remake actually feels like it does like a mixture of all three of the formulas I just listed. It's obviously the action formula since it's a remake of the first game that used that. But then it's got like it's got some added stuff from how the RE2 remake was designed puzzle-wise. Like its puzzles, I believe, are a little harder than the original. I've never played the original. I'm going off videos I've seen of it. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like its puzzles are harder than the original, more thought out and shit. And then, like, there's some areas that seem like they're more designed like the classic and modern formulas for Resident Evil, where, like, they're laid out in a way where you're gonna have to return to areas and yet you're gonna have to go multiple ways from one central point. There's several parts in the game that are like that, and I don't think the original RE4 was like that at all. So, it's just fun. Obviously, I think the DLC for RE4 Remake is way more fun than the main game. Might be because a former friend that ended up hurting me and my friends helped me get the main game, and I paid for the DLC myself. So, I'm able to enjoy the DLC a lot more. Yeah, I still have trouble. That's like the one thing I'm not over with in that situation, because I'm mostly over that situation. The one part that, like, I'm not over is the fact that I literally cannot enjoy RE4 Remake anymore without thinking about that person. I can play the DLC just fine, and that's why I can still enjoy Separate Ways, but I can never play the main game again. It's like, I've tried, and like, I can get a few hours in without thinking about that person. Like, I've gotten close to, like, going through the game like that, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like an emotional trauma thing or whatever. It's like, I know that sounds way too tame to be that, but that's all I can really think about is like, is that what it is? Because I have no idea. Anyway, fuck that person. Fuck that person.
Fast Sun Queen. This is Yamatai.
See, I'm able to laugh about it now. I'm able to, like, just openly hate that person and laugh about it now, because it's like, it's basically a case of, if I just kept letting myself be upset about the situation, that person's won, right? They won. They hurt me for the rest of my life if I let myself stay upset about the situation. So instead, I just choose to acknowledge that I'm never going to trust that person again. Accept that I hate them and move on. I don't think about that person a lot. Whenever I do think of that person, I'm like, oh, fuck them, I hate them. That's how it is. And that's how it should be, because they don't deserve to live rent-free in my head. They don't deserve to ever be forgiven. None of that shit. Because I don't want, like, the main thing, obviously, is I don't want to be thinking, I don't want, like, my mental health affected by that person. Regardless of how I feel about that person, I just don't want to be stuck on that situation for years to come. The only reason I still bring it up is just kind of explaining that I kind of am over it. Like, it's to the point now where I can just casually say it like this.
Oh no.
And, like, I don't even like bringing it up anymore. Like, at first I brought it up all the time just because I needed an excuse to like, bitch and moan about that person because I was so hurt. But now it's just like, whenever I do bring it up, it's just to kind of explain some shit. And that's it. Like, it's kind of to explain some shit for the people who haven't been here for past videos, who may not know what I'm talking about. But also just to be like, yeah, I'm over it. Just chill. I can talk about it. It's whatever. It's like, yeah, I just don't care. Honestly, I just don't care about the situation anymore. I still hate the person. I'm still never gonna forgive them. But I don't care about the situation anymore, and I don't think about the person that often. It's like, That person literally means nothing to me at this point. The only time I even actively hate them is just when they pop up in my head, which only happens once in a while. And it's usually triggered by something making me remember this person. It's not like me just thinking about this person out of nowhere. It'll be like... It'll usually, like, for example, like, sometimes when I think about this person, it's like... It's when someone else is being shitty and I'm like, oh, this person would have done that. Like, it's literally like that, and it's literally that simple. It's not like I'm randomly thinking about this person, randomly get upset, no. Anyway, move on to another topic because I'm bored of that one. Use my throat again. But yeah, I kind of like how I don't remember if the shotgun can do this in Rise. It's been a minute, but I need to take a peppermint. I need to eat a peppermint or something after this before we do the next video's commentary, because I don't want like the next video to just be like the whole video. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that. Like obviously I've kept it tame in this video by just drinking drink, but I'm obviously gonna need like peppermint or something, like something to kind of like soothe my throat. I'll have to edit this video together before I record the next one anyway, so I'll have like a good 30 minutes to eat a peppermint or something. That's what I'll do though, I'll just eat a peppermint. Or actually, I'm gonna do that now. Okay, got a pepper in my mouth. I had to stop the video because I didn't want like the sound of a wrapper being picked up. Let's get here. Ooh, are we at the puzzle? Are we at that puzzle? Are we at it? I can't tell yet. There's enemies here. I think we're at the wind puzzle.
Who are these guardians?
Yeah, it's looking like it. I guess we'll see once we kill these enemies. So update, peppermint didn't work, so you got a popsicle, but I want to talk about something. I've been working on a game in Dreams lately, and that's not newsflash. I worked on a few games in Dreams, but never really finished them. I still need to like continue work on that Crash Bandicoot game I was working on a couple years back, because it's still only got 3 levels. The levels need like updates on their assets and stuff because they're kind of bare bones and shit. Because this was back when I first started messing with level assets, and I didn't really like know that much. Obviously, like now, I'm working on a. Well, I'm working on a Sonic fan game, such around plays, and it's kind of like inspired by Shadow Generations a little bit, where it's like like this void, and like she's going through time and different dimensions and stuff, and you're going back to past levels that she played in and stuff. And this is mainly because the struggle that I had with that Crash game I was working on is all the levels were supposed to be kind of new levels. They might have remixed themes from past games, but they were supposed to be new levels, right? So I had to make assets strictly from my mind. But with this Blaze game I'm making, aside from like the last level, which is aside from the last level and the bosses, which might have to have unique assets from what I'm planning, I can just kind of go off what those Sonic levels look like in those games and just recreate their assets. And I started with Sky Babylon, and it's actually going pretty well. Sky Babylon, if you don't know, is from my favorite Sonic game of all time, Sonic Rush Adventure, and it's probably my second favorite song in the OST, and it's got a pretty cool, unique theme to it in terms of how its assets look and everything. So I'm having a lot of fun. I've come across a problem though, is that translating it to 3D, right? In a 3D space, you need more assets than a 2D space needs. So I've already like run into the problem of I need to create some unique assets to kind of make the 3D level look a little better. But it's going pretty well otherwise. I need to make the enemies to like.
That bell should do it.
There's these specific enemies for Sky Babylon that shoot like electricity. I need to make them. I also need to make the electric barriers that level uses. I'm gonna use them differently than the original game did because I'm using the little gem-powered balloons differently as in the original game did as well. Before you get on to me for like, oh, you're not doing this puzzle right. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I do figure it out. I'm sorry. But yeah. Oh, crap. Ain't you hate when that happens? At least the popsicle broke off. I kind of just threw that piece away because I don't want my hands get sticky from holding it. But yeah. I'm recreating Sky Babylon. Some other levels I plan to recreate that you can play Blaze in. Water Palace is currently the Rush Representation Gate level that I'm planning to do. It might change depending, because like now that I'm thinking about it more, that level might be really hard for creating assets for it. But I might stick with it because I really love Water Palace and I love its theme, like the back, like the back. Like I love that song. So I might stick to it. It depends on how hard it is. Sky Babylon is relatively easy in how unique of a level it is, and even with the fact I'm gonna have to create like some more unique assets for it, it's still not that bad because it's still not that bad because it's kind of easy to create some more unique assets for it. I already created an additional asset for it based on the boss for the boss of that level. I use the boss arena for some assets too, so it's like I already like created some extra assets. Like I created like platforms that are used for the boss, and I created the little ruins on the side. But yeah. I was originally planning, the bosses I planned for this game currently, I'll go ahead and say them, because they're not really spoiler. Obviously there's Eggman. I'm gonna say Eggman negative, because honestly I wish Sega would rename it. I really do. I kind of planned, if I can come up with a good enough name, I might rename him. Just be like, oh, his name's not that. Because I thought it before, why don't you just call him Dr. Negative? Like, his full title could be Eggman Negative, but it's shortened to Dr. Negative. Like, why don't you just do that? Because that kind of sounds cool. I feel like that would be one way to do it, you know? Just drop the Eggman part entirely, call him Dr. Negative, because he's like the negative version of Eggman. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to have the Eggman part. And I know there are people out there that are like, is he from the future? Is he from Blaze's Dimension? I believe he's from... There's two theories I have with that. With Eggman Negative.
Hello?
And I keep saying negative because the way that the shortened version of that can sound. I'm not taking chances.
Oh God,
but
it's Laura. It's good to hear your voice.
Yours too, Sam.
There's two theories I have on Eggman Negative. One is that he was originally from the future,
I've been kidnapped.
but he ended up in Blaze's dimension and kind of became her main enemy and kind of just stayed there by choice. Because obviously he can leave that dimension. He does it in his debut game, Rush.
Terrified.
But
Shit, someone's coming. I've got
yeah.
everything.
Sam?
And then the other theory that I have is that he could
Fire ritual.
simply be from Blaze's dimension and end up in the future for the Rivals games. I don't know. There's got to be some way to make sense of it, right? Anyway, I'm gonna be ending it off here, so
Going together.
bye.